Hi everyone, welcome to our video presentation on the cardboard construction workshop we designed and facilitated for Family Day at the Harvard Art Museum. This was part of our Contemporary Art to Early Childhood class, and the workshop was for kids aged 2 to 8 years old and their parents. We wanted to give them a chance to explore construction through play with cardboard in a fun, open-ended way. Let's take you through how we planned it, what happened, and what we learned on this engaging 30-minute activity.
The workshop was designed with three main components: the opening circle, the workstations, and the prompting reflection phase. We started the workshop with a 5-minute opening circle. This was where we introduced ourselves and explained what the workshop was about. We also talked about Louise Nelverson, an artist who worked with recycled materials like wood and cardboard. We thought her story was great for kids because she started exploring materials at a young age, just like them. We connected her story to the concept of exploring materials creatively. It was especially meaningful since one Nelverson's works was displayed in the museum, so we encouraged families to visit after the workshop. We kept it brief due to time constraints and simple since they were little kids. During this opening circle, we also introduced to the kids and their parents the make-do tools, which are child-safe tools for working with cardboard. After we displayed pictures of cardboard sculptures as inspiration for children, we demonstrated how to use them and essential art techniques, such as connecting, cutting, and folding. We explained that they were totally safe and emphasized the safe use way. This was really important because, as McNaughton says in Teaching Young Children, kids need to feel secure before they can fully dive into creative activities. This step was about helping them feel comfortable and ready to explore.
The main part of the workshop was all about exploring the cardboard. We designed this part to be super open-ended, no rules, no instructions, just letting the kids' imaginations take over. We intentionally arranged the cardboard pieces by size in the center of the room, as planned in the Creating Play Space template. This layout created a visually inviting and accessible space, encouraging a natural interaction between the children and the material. Our approach drew from the theory of loose parts by Simon Nicholson, which emphasizes that children are inherently creative when provided with diverse and adaptable materials. By positioning tools and materials thoughtfully, we encourage independence and exploration, enabling children to manipulate, connect, and experiment freely.
This is where the magic really happened. The kids started exploring the cardboard and you could see them figuring things out, how to connect pieces, how to balance things, and how to use the tools. Some of them had big ideas right from the start, while others experimented and let the cardboard guide them, focusing more on the process itself than the result. This reminded us of new materialism, which is all about how materials and people interact. In the reading Material Matters in Children's Creative Learning by our Professor Louisa, talks about how materials like cardboard aren't just passive, they are actually shaping how kids think and learning. The material and the children's thoughts are intertwined, and the learning emerges from this continuous interaction and dialogue between the child and the cardboard. The children interacted with the cardboard, discovering its textures, flexibility, and potential. For example, one kid was trying to connect two pieces but could not figure it out at first. They tried different ways until they came up with a solution, which was so cool to see. It also showed that Eisner says in What Do the Arts Teach? Art-based learning builds problem-solving and critical thinking skills. We also saw parents getting involved, which added a social aspect to the activity. We observed that kids verbally describe their construction ideas to parents so that parents can help them with a clear understanding. We also witnessed parents use lots of art vocabulary in their communication. Push harder to make the hole puncher go through the cardboard. Fasten the screw. Kids work together with their parents or alongside other kids, which ties back to McNaughton's idea that social interaction is such an important part of learning.
We were really intentional about how we set up the space. The cardboard in the middle had the main visual focus, and we had 2 workstations with carpets at the sides where kids could sit and use the tools comfortably. In order to scaffold some vocabulary and ideas about 2D and 3D shapes, we used the laser cutter machine to prepare pre-cut shapes like triangles and circles, set up some cardboard and triangular prisms and cube shape, and displayed pictures of transferring 2D shapes to 3D shapes around workstations. This also highlights the significance of the environment, aligning with Reggio Emilia's philosophy of considering the space as the third teacher. As Magnaten suggests, the arrangement of material plays a critical role in stimulating curiosity and sparking ideas. Our layout facilitated easy movement, clear flow, and intuitive engagement, allowing children to transition seamlessly between exploration and creation. By keeping everything accessible and open-ended, kids of all ages and abilities could engage in a way that worked for them. Even though we had kids as young as 2 and as old as 8, the flexibility of the activity made it work for everyone.
We added thinking and reflection piece throughout the workshop. We used the yellow cards as play prompts to scaffold children's construction. What can you do with the cupboard so that you can get inside? How can you connect the cupboard and the tube well? Which tool do you think can help you best? We also used blue cards as reflection questions to ask kids after they finished. What's your biggest challenge so far? Or what's a new idea you had? This helped them think about what they were doing and why, which add another layer to their learning experience. As Esner says, arts teach skills like perseverance, collaboration, and creativity, and we really saw that happening. One kid had an aha moment when they realized that they could use the red ribbon to also create balance in their structure by tying it to the base. It was awesome to see how they worked through challenges and came up with their own solutions. We also witnessed children's creative and various ways of using the same non-directed materials. Different from the previous kid, one kid used the red ribbon to decorate the cupboard she made, and another kid put ribbon through the holes he drilled in cupboard to connect two cupboard pieces.
Overall, the workshop went really well. The kids and the parents were super engaged, and was amazing to see their creativity and problem-solving skills in action. However, we noticed 2 areas of improvement. First, some children wanted to take their creations home, but due to museum regulations and size limitations, this wasn't possible. Next time, we would consider designing the learning activity to accommodate this specific space regulations. We also love to have more time because 25 minutes felt too short for such a fun activity. Allowing more time would give children deeper engagement with the materials, as Magnaten and Eisner suggest. One of the biggest takeaways for us was realizing just how much kids can accomplish when they're given the freedom to explore. This workshop truly showed how open-ended play and creativity can lead to incredible learning experiences. It also reminded us of Noguchi's Play Mountain discussed in the 99% Invisible podcast, which emphasizes non-directed play, where no explicit instructions are given, and challenges the rigid conventions of traditional educational spaces like museums, highlighting art as a tool for activism, transforming traditional spaces into dynamic ones. This idea also aligns with modern artists like Palle Nielsen and Corin Hewitt, whose work on adventure playgrounds and the crater emphasized controlled risk and empowering children to tackle challenges independently. Similarly, our cardboard workshop broke away from conventional museum norms, offering children the freedom to explore, take risks, and create autonomously, fostering both creativity and problem solving. The Make-A-Do tools offered a sense of novelty while also being safe for children to use. By fostering open-ended exploration, our workshop gave children opportunities to face challenges, experience frustration, and problem solve at their own developmental level. Inspired by Noguchi's ideas, we saw frustration not as a barrier, but as a tool for growth. This ties back to the zone of proximal development, allowing children to navigate obstacles and create freely in their own unique ways.
This workshop was a testament to the power of open-ended, arts-based learning. By combining intentional design, thoughtful scaffolding, and freedom to explore, we created a space where children could learn through play and creativity. As highlighted in Visible Learners, documentation is a powerful way to capture and reflect on the learning process. With the photos and videos in this presentation, we are doing just like that, documenting how the cupboard workshop engaged the kids, showing their process, creativity, problem solving, and discoveries. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope this inspires more opportunities to integrate contemporary art and different flexible materials into early childhood education.